Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another A+ 1102 course with a practice exam at the end of this video, where I tell you everything you need to know about this particular exam objective and then give you a set of practice questions at the end of the video to see how ready you are for the exam in relation to this particular exam objective dot point. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. We're going to be covering additional tools today in Objective 1.3. We'll be going over all of this, making sure you know what you need to know, and making sure you can answer any kind of questions you might get related to this on your exam. So let's go ahead and get straight into it with the first one, which is System Information, or msinfo32.exe. The function of this, what is it? What does this mean? It provides detailed information about your system hardware, software, and Windows configuration. The benefits of using this is you can troubleshoot hardware compatibility issues, verify system resources and configuration details, gather information for support requests. So I'll show you this in real time, right? If I pull up the Windows PowerShell, and I can just type that in this bracket here, you can actually just type that into the command prompt or the PowerShell, and you'll have it pop up. So msinfo32.exe, enter, and it immediately brings it up as you see there, right? So it gives me the system summary, and I get all of this information here, right? So I can see all the information about my current system that I might need to troubleshoot any issues. So that's that one, really. Just understand that you can use that to retrieve information about your system hardware, software, and Windows configuration, and why you might use that. That's pretty much what you need to know for your exam. We'll move on to the next one, which is Resource Monitor, or resmon.exe. So this allows you to monitor system resource usage in real time, including your CPU, memory, disk, and network activity. Let's have a look at it again. So just as the last one, with all of these, you can just type this in to the command prompt. So resmon.exe, and it will open it up here, right? And as you can see, it's going to begin giving me data on my CPU usage, my disk usage, my network, and my memory as well. And it will also tell me what is using my CPU, if it's suspended, if it's running, the status, right? So I'll get all this information by using Resource Monitor. That's a really good tool to see what is causing the resource usage on my system. So the benefits: identify resource bottlenecks and performance issues, monitor application resource consumption, and analyze resource usage trends over time as well. The next one, System Configuration, or msconfig.exe. This configures system startup settings, including startup services and programs. So let's again have a look at this so we can get our head around it. msconfig.exe. So here I have a bunch of different tabs. I've got General, the Startup selection. I can do my normal startup, which will load all device drivers and services, Diagnostic, which will load basic devices and services only, or Selective Startup, where I can actually choose how I want it to boot up, given those three options. I've got the Boot tab, which allows me to configure a large variety of options, and I suggest you have a play with it, but just understand that the System Configuration, or msconfig.exe, allows you to configure system startup settings, such as your startup services and programs. If you want to change what's starting up, programs or services are starting up upon starting up, this is going to be what you want to use for that. All right. So as long as you know that, you'll be fine for your exam. The next one is Disk Cleanup, or cleanmanager.exe. This scans and identifies temporary files, system cache, and other unnecessary files that can be safely deleted to free up disk space. I recently was pretty much using up my whole disk, so this is really handy for me to be able to do that. You can type in cleanmanager.exe, enter, and that will bring up the little window for you. So you can have a look at files to delete, and you can tick these boxes to clear/delete everything within there, and then you can just hit OK, and then it will come up with that option, and you can delete those files. So if you want to quickly and easily clean up your system with a simple command prompt line, then that's going to be what you want to do. Okay, and then you also have Disk Defragment, or dfrgui.exe, which is what you can type in. This analyzes and rearranges fragmented files on a disk drive to optimize read-write performance. It improves your disk access speed and potentially reduces your application loading times, and maintains optimal disk health and performance. So just again, you can type that in just with all the other ones. dfrgui.exe. Hit that enter button and it'll bring it up here. I've only got the one. You can analyze, you can optimize, etc. So you can use that to do basically what I just outlined. Alrighty, and then you've got your registry editor. Now that's regedit.exe. This edits the Windows registry, which is a hierarchical database storing system configuration settings. But be careful, modifying the registry can have significant consequences if done incorrectly. It's recommended only for advanced users. Why would you want to use this? What are the benefits of using this? You can fine-tune your system settings beyond standard configuration options. So if you want to do something beyond what's already there, and you can troubleshoot specific configuration issues with the registry as well. So if I open this up and I go regedit.exe, I'll say yes, right? It'll bring this up and you can start to make changes to any of this. Now, I am not going to do that because I don't want to mess around with that. That's above my pay grade, to be honest. So let's go ahead, get into our questions for the specific exam objective, or the stop point for this exam objective. We've got a couple for you here today. Let's see if you're ready for the exam. Get your head around how ready you are. The first question reads, your computer has been experiencing random slowdowns recently. You suspect a program might be using a high amount of CPU resources at unexpected times. Which tool would be most helpful to identify the culprit? A. System information. B. Resource monitor. C. System configuration. Or D. Disk cleanup. Pause the video if you need more time. Your answer coming in 3, 2, 1. Now, the answer is resource monitor. So when you have those random slowdowns, it's likely or could be caused by high CPU usage. Resource monitor is the most valuable tool. Why? It allows you to see what particular components of your system, what programs, etc., are using your system resources, are using your CPU. Remember, when I clicked on that, I could see the percentage of my CPU being used by each program. So really handy to figure out those kinds of issues. The next question reads, you're troubleshooting a blue screen error and suspect it might be related to a recently installed hardware component. Which tool would be most helpful to view information about your system hardware and identify potential compatibility issues? A. System information. B. Resource monitor. C. System configuration. Or D. Disk cleanup. Pause the video if you need more time. Your answer coming in 3, 2, 1. Now, the answer is system information. Remember, that's the one that brought up all of the information relating to my system, what I have installed, what my system is, what is on my system, what versions of particular things are on my system, so I can have a look for any different compatibility issues, right? So you got that detailed hardware information and compatibility checks. It allows you to check the compatibility by looking at your information and comparing it to what you need to have or what you're trying to install potentially. So make sure you know when and why you would use that. Your final question, I believe, for this one is, your computer takes a long time to boot up. You suspect several programs are launching automatically at startup. Which tool would be the most appropriate to identify and potentially disable unnecessary startup programs? A. System information. B. Resource monitor. C. System configuration. Or D. Disk cleanup. Pause the video if you need to think about it. Your answer in 3, 2, 1. Now, it is system configuration. That is what allows you to configure your startup program management and disable unnecessary programs opening upon startup. Now, if you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying this video series, make sure you check out journeytocyber.com. I've got my learning guide over there, which breaks the whole exam down by exam objectives, gives you comprehensive notes, active recall questions, practice examination questions with detailed answers, and an online quiz database with randomized questions from all exam objectives telling you exactly what exam objective they're from, which gives you an idea of how ready you are for the exam. Here's what people said about my last learning guide for the 1101. They said, your learning guide is actually goated. I don't comment a lot, but it helps with organized information and helps me piece things together more easily. Thank you so much. Update, your notes definitely helped me pass my test today. Thank you. I downloaded your learning guide already and can see it will help immensely with studying. I tried some other popular resources, but struggled absorbing the material. Will you have one for the 1102? I do. Head over and grab it at journeytocyber.com. Again, broken down by exam objective and by every dot point within every exam objective, comprehensive notes, practice exam questions, active recall questions, all there right for you at journeytocipher.com. And I've got performance-based questions as well for 30 Australian dollars. And in American dollars, that's chump change to you guys. So that should be an easy grab for you there. Now, if you don't want to get that, that's cool. If you do grab it, I guarantee you'll be as happy as this guy. But if you don't want it, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for following me along, and thanks for choosing me to guide you through your A+ journey. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.